Hi everyone, welcome. My name is Carrie. I work here as a teacher at Sangha Studio. And welcome to a 15-minute breathing for stress practice. And so I invite you to come to a comfortable seat. I really like to have a blanket underneath my feet so that my feet aren't touching something hard. I'm also sitting up on a block, but you could sit up next to a wall. You could sit on a chair that has a nice tall back. You could also choose to lay down. So as you settle into your comfortable seat or whatever posture you've chosen, I invite you to bring awareness to your natural breath. Noticing any qualities that it may have, but not changing the breath or trying to force it into a particular shape. Letting go of the expectations or the idea of perfection. And just noticing. And this may feel challenging if you feel stress. Maybe you feel it starting to bubble up inside of you. See if you can acknowledge it. Perhaps tell it, I see you. And then bring your awareness right back to the breath. The practice is in the return to awareness, return to focus on the breath. And so we'll hold ourselves gently here if we do notice that stress bubbling up again and again. I see you. And then back to the breath. Now that you've sort of gotten to know the breath a little bit and what its natural state is, see if you can come into what feels like a natural samavriti, even length of inhale, followed by even length of exhale, and also known as equal breath. So let go of the idea of adding this to your list of stress and feeling like you need to count or you need to be perfect. We've let go of perfection. We've let go of expectation. And we just feel what feels like equal breath in our body. And as we settle into that equal breath, maybe we can bring our awareness to the place within the body that we feel our stress. Maybe it's in the throat, the heart, the belly, the hips, or somewhere else I didn't mention. Rest your awareness there. What does it look like there? What does the stress look like? You can visualize what it looks like inside of you. It's not you, but what does it feel like and look like inside of you? Maybe it's all tangled up, or it's fiery and it's warm. Maybe it's really expansive and billowy like steam. Notice that this stress is not you. It is not part of you. You're experiencing it, you're feeling it, you're noticing it, but it is not you. Come back to the Samavritti. Even inhale, even exhale. And then see if you can again bring your awareness back to that place that you're seeing your stress and feeling it. And with your breath, can you encourage it to subside? Maybe you untangle some of the knots, or you invite the fieriness to become a little bit smaller. You can bring the big, billowy cloud into more of a small, cotton ball-sized cloud. And gathering it up, allowing the breath to comb through it, untangle it from wherever you feel it in the body. Not telling it to go away, not telling it that you don't see it or care about it, but putting some limits around it, inviting it to be a little bit smaller, take up a little bit less space. Come back to the inhale, come back to the exhale. And then imagine that you have a little container that is just exactly the size of this imagined stress. And you take that container and you sort of scoop up that stress that you're feeling, that cloud or that fiery fireball or that tangled ball of yarn. And you imagine that you capture it into this little jar, twist on the top, and then set it down to your side, just out of reach. It's still there. You can still see it, but it's untangled from inside of you. And now return again back to that natural feeling, samavritti. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And stay with that. And if you notice the stress sort of bubbling back up inside of you, you can remind it that it has its place. It's still seen, still there. But it's not welcome right inside of you right now. And giving your stress and anxious thoughts space maybe makes them feel smaller. And so the idea is not to make them go away or erase them, but make them seem smaller, make them seem more manageable, tamed almost. Like something that you experience, but not something that is you or is all tangled up inside of you. And you give your stress a seat at the table, you acknowledge it. And then it feels seen and tended to. But if you allow it to just stay inside of you and try to push it down and push it down and push it down, it's going to start to get louder and bigger. Let it be all swirly and tangly and hot, but in its rightful place, in the little container that you created for it. Each time you notice your awareness shifting away towards either stress that you feel within your body or your little container of stress, again say, I see you. But come back to the breath. And we'll close this breathing practice by bringing one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly in a gesture of respect and gratitude, kindness to yourself, to the stress that you feel and experience in your body. You are not your stress. And let it be seen, but see it as separate from you. Something you feel, something you experience. Something you can tend to, but not something that tends to you, not something that controls you. Feeling the rise and fall of the chest. Natural, even breath in, even breath out. You can tuck the chin towards the chest, offering a moment of gratitude for anything you feel truly grateful for. Thank you so much for joining me for this breathing practice. Namaste.